lives one day at a time. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. They're here to get your day going fine. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. And here's your host, Miss Kim Robinson.
This is Khadevis Robinson, and welcome to the Khadevis Robinson Challenge. I was fortunate enough this past couple of weeks to be a coach on the World Championship teams for Team USA World Championship team in London, England. It was an amazing trip. Finally was able to be on the other side. You know, I've made a good amount of World Championship teams, and I was a competitor when I was on those teams, and now that I'm a coach, I was blessed with the opportunity to be a coach on one of those teams, and you know, it went extremely well. We had a record haul of medals for the team, so it did go well, and it was exciting to be a part of it. It's exciting to be able to really help and be a part of something that's bigger than yourself. While I was there, I was thinking about something. I was thinking about what's the difference between those athletes that are performing on such a high level and individuals that's performing on a high level in their regular lives and the ones who are not, you know, and it always goes back to fear. And so a lot of times we speak about fear, we speak about things that motivate and inspire, we speak about challenges and ways to maybe overcome them, but I think a lot of times we're not able to relay those messages to individuals so they can be applicable, so those individuals can use them when they're not listening to us and when we're not right in front of them. So what I want to do today is kind of go through a brief outline of things that could be done or ways to recognize where you're at in your journey, where you're at on your journey, and some things you can do to really move yourself forward. So, for instance, if you're nervous about making the jump or simply putting it off out of fear of the unknown, here's some things that you can do. You can write down your answers, keep them in mind, and just think about these answers and answer them, and then and see how they can help you move forward. The first thing I'd like you to do is define your nightmare. Define what's the absolute worst that could happen if you did what you were considering. You know, what doubts, fears, and what ifs pop up as you consider the big changes you can or need to make. I mean, I want you to really envision them. Envision the worst thing that can happen. I want you to think about it in painstaking detail. Would it be the end of your life? What would be the permanent impact, if any? I mean, like on a scale from 1 to 10, would the results of that be permanent? And how likely do you think it is that they would actually happen? So I want you to just kind of visualize what would be the worst-case scenario if you was to take that risk. Secondly, if it did happen, what steps could you take to repair the damage or get things back to normal, get things back on the upswing? Even if they're just temporary things to do, what could you do to make things better? And chances are it's easier than you imagine. I mean, how could you get things back under control? So I want you to think about those two things. Thirdly, what are the outcomes or benefits, I mean, those temporary and permanent, that would come from that? Now that you've defined the nightmare, what are the more probable outcomes? You know, and I want to think about the most probable positive outcomes. Now, I'm not talking about just physical outcomes. I'm talking about internal outcomes such as confidence, self-esteem, and all those types of things. So not only I want you to look at the external outcomes, I want you to look at the internal outcomes also. And how would these outcomes impact your life on a scale of 1 to 10? You know, next, ask yourself this question, because you never know when these things will happen. I went through something like this not too long ago. But if you were fired from your job today, what would you do to get things under financial control? I mean, I want you to really imagine this scenario. If your boss came in today, or whatever situation may be, and you no longer had the job that you have, what could you do, or what would you do to get yourself back where you need to get to? I mean, even look at it a different way. What if you quit your job, just to test your options? So you quit your job to see what else is out there. How could you later get back on the same career track if you absolutely had to? Like I said, what are you putting off out of fear? Like, what are you wanting to do that you're not doing because of fear? I want you to recognize that, because the cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. And we have to really recognize what's really holding us back. And I want you to also figure out what does it cost, and not just from a financial standpoint, but emotionally and physically, and what are you waiting for? See, a lot of times when I'm working with individuals, I try to get them to understand the connection between all different aspects of life. So the connection between your physical, your mental, your spiritual, and how all those things work together. And it helps a lot that I work with athletes, because I can really give them to them in a very direct, face-to-face example. So, for instance, I know if you ever watched the movie Wolf of Wall Street, it's a part in there in which the main character he's testing the people who's working under him, and I do that too. So, for instance, I say, "Are you behind on your fitness goals? Good. Put on your shoes and start running. Are you out of breath when you walk up those stairs? Good. Put on your shoes and start running. Are your pants feeling tight when you try to put them on? Good. Put on your shoes and start running. Do you want to look the best you've ever looked in your life? Good. But put on your shoes and start running." See, what I'm doing here is I'm asking some questions that makes you think, that makes you look into things a little differently. And I'm saying, hey, this is all you have to do. And if you notice, the answer to all of those questions are the same, because what we're saying is, hey, listen, those challenges you have, they're not necessarily bad. There are challenges that tell you that you need to, get moving, get something done. And I'm saying put on your shoes and start running, because what that does in this physical situation, it just gets the ball moving. It gets it rolling. Now, that could be anything. I could have asked the question, are you behind on your relationship goals? And I say, good. Get off your butt and, go talk to your spouse, or whatever the situation may be. But the point is, when you sit back and you evaluate where you're at now, when you sit back and evaluate what you're going through, when you sit back and evaluate how things are in which you don't like them how they are and you want them to be better, look at those challenges as like tests. Look at them as something good to provoke you to move forward. I mean, Les Brown said that goals are really there to entice you to become the person you must. In other words, if you have a goal and you're not there yet, obviously you haven't become the person that it takes to accomplish those goals. So the goals it's not so much the outcome. It's more so that it's there to entice you to become that person that you would need to become, and then you will attract the result. And that's one thing I've learned from, this championship, working with these high-caliber athletes. A lot of them set goals, and these goals are not, 1 month goals or 1 year goals. And sometimes, in the meantime, they're 4 year goals, because the Olympic cycle is 4 years. And so I want you to look at those questions I asked you, and I want you to do the work. Most people will listen to this radio station, listen to this podcast, and what they'll do is they listen and just keep moving. Some will listen and write down and do half of it. Some would do all of it, but then leave it there and don't come back and revisit it. And there's a very slight few, maybe 1% or less than 1%, that would actually listen to the questions, write them down, and revisit it, and answer them, and actually not only answer them from a standpoint of writing down the answers and going over the answers in their head, but actually putting the work in. That's where the magic is. The magic is in the work, not just the talking, not just the thinking. The magic is in, okay, I just asked myself all of these questions, right? And so my thing is, okay, the first question, define my nightmare. What's the absolute worst that could happen if you did what you were considering? So, for instance, if I use a running analogy, Olympic trials, I go out, I want to go out really, really fast and lead the race. What's the worst that can happen? I can get beat, economic team, whatever. And if that happened, what big changes do I need to make? I need to get in better shape. I need to practice a little bit more. I need to visualize it in my head. I need to talk it over with my coach, and I need to see, would those results be permanent? So when it happened, is it permanent? No, it's permanent for that time, for that race at that time, but I have other races that I'm going to be able to get. and then I can try my strategy again and try to make it better. And that's exactly what I did. If you look at my race in 2008, I had one result. Then you look at my results, my race in 2012, I had a totally different result because I did these things. I had to face my fear face on. So here's what I want you to do. Look at those questions, answer those questions, and then put it into action. This has been Khadevis Robinson. This is the Khadevis Robinson Challenge. And I holla.
Shout out D on the track, Paint Music Media. Shout out DJ Lee Productions, and I'm Al Ken. But if you a game changer, got my head, my grind on high, win, lose, or drought. I'ma ride till I die. I go hard in that lane. My God is the aim. Put me in, coach, and watch me change the game. Cause I'm a game changer. 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 I'm full court press. I pledge allegiance to the best. Ain't nothing left to give it that reverence that the Father gets. So every day I work the sweat, can get a flesh another rest. They say go hard or go home. I say just do whatever's best. It's evident I'm blessed and I work like it. Fight like a Viking. Fight like a lichen. The difference is I like it, so I shine like I'm lightning. So I'm going head to head with certain depth. Who you liking? Yeah. So it's time for coach to put me in. I'm strapping on my shoulder pads, lacing up my cleats, and then I'm gone with the wind. Like I'm gone in 60 seconds. You can't hold me, you can't check me. Check the memo, check the message running through. Like I'm bad as I'm trucking whoever standing in my way. Ain't no way you gon' stop me. You better off to let me in. Cause I go hard, even though they say no way that I could win. Like I'm Brett Ford, I'ma ride this way. My head to the sky, my grind on high. Win, lose, or drought, I'ma ride till I die. I go hard in that lane. My God is the aim. Put me in, coach, and watch me change the game. Cause I'm a game changer. 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 Yeah, I told you once before, my God came to change the game. Different outlook on to life, a different way to play the lane. Now my rushing yours is skyrocketing. Now I'm so insane. For the kingdom building, now my shot, it cannot be contained. So I'm gon' pray for change for myself and then what I can. I don't need no euros or no pesos or no money grams. Shout out to Wado, cause I know that he gon' play this fam. The FCA Sports Camp, game changer, summer jam. I don't need 100 grand to tell them that they need the lamb. It's heaven, ain't just who I am. Al Kim, this where I stand. Man, I'm gon' play the fist. It's too deep to turn and quit. It's like I'm out from the trap to turn around, get back in it. Never that's so insane. It's evident your book they chain. Like I'm Jack Johnson, the same year he changed his name. So I sacrifice my life for the cause, just to win. And if you a game changer, let me see you represent. My grind on high, win, lose, or drought. I'ma ride till I die. I go hard in that lane. My God is the aim. Put me in, coach, and watch me change the game. Cause I'm a game changer. 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 Now put me in, coach. 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 I'ma go hard.
I'ma go hard. I'ma go hard. I'ma go hard.
Cause I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer. I'm a game changer.